Hi guys, so I'm looking at a number of videos on a place in the Bahamas called, or one of the islands I believe in the Bahamas called Exuma. And no, this is not for travel holiday, this is for an NFT. I have to say, this is one of the most fun videos I've made for anything I've ever tried to put on YouTube. I now understand why people do these travel videos because boy, it really is nice. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So, an NFT is actually being launched, and it's not the first of its kind. But in terms of the structure and the way the people who are creating the NFT have set up the method by which you can actually buy the NFT and the associated utility with the NFT, I think is pretty unique. And what I'm talking about is Blue Terra. Blue Terra has been creating a bit of a buzz, at least in the Solana community. I believe in terms of the what am I going to say here? Yeah, I believe in terms of the community in Ethereum, like they have had a number of these NFTs which have actually been sold for land. There is one very big difference though between most of the other ones, or I believe all of the other NFTs which have been sold for land have come before, and Blue Terra. Blue Terra has changed the structure of the way the land is actually allocated. So previously, what happened was a number of the projects were land that were tied to NFTs, but you had to, or when you did buy the NFT, you got the deed. The deed, having the deed for the land, as you all well know, or you might not know, means that the land actually belongs to you. The freehold of the land belongs to you in certain parts of the world, or the land in itself in its entirety belongs to you. But that comes with a number of factors, and that means that you will have to do a number of or carry out a number of tasks associated with the land when you own it, if you want to sell it or if you want to build on it. And things like the survey of the land, or things like acquiring certain legal documents in relation to the land. If you want to sell it on, you also have to deal with lawyers, you have to deal with notaries, you might have to deal with real estate agents, and there are quite a number of processes that you might have to undertake. So what these particular guys within the Blue Terra community have done is that they found a way, I won't say round it, but they found a different way to make the asset, which is the land, easily tradable using NFTs. And NFT in this instance is one that is called Blue Terra. The way they have done this is by buying up the land, or they'll buy up a big portion of land. I'm not sure if they've done that yet but we'll come to that in a minute. And what they'll do is that they'll then carve it up into 20, no, I beg your pardon, 5,000 portions of land. And each portion of land will be just over 2,000 square feet. And what they'll then do is, because they own the freehold to the land, they will then change it to a leasehold, but what they will call a perpetual leasehold. And a perpetual leasehold initially will be for 150 years, and after which you'll have a chance to actually renew the lease. Now, I and you, if we do live up to, or if you're watching this video, you're probably going to be anything from 18 to, I don't know, 70. If you're able to live for 150 years, I will have to ask you what your secret is, and could you bottle it, and could we sell it as an NFT itself? And sub the land, we will just get into selling the secret of longevity as NFTs. Now, in all honesty, 150 years is a long time. By that time, the land could have appreciated. You might have sold the land, or you could have built a structure on it. So, 2,000 square feet. What does that look like? I have to confess, I'm whitelisted on this project. And before I go any further, I have to tell you what the real drawback of this project might be, and it's the price. Each NFT is going to go for $2,000. And that is a lot of money for most of us. For some people, it's nothing, but for a number of people, it's quite a bit of money. So you have to know this before you go any further. But what I would say to you is that if the land was priced too cheap, I think it would be suspicious because land in itself is not cheap. And I believe that while this is quite expensive, I think in terms of what it offers in that part of the world, which is in the Bahamas, I think it might be reasonable. Now, I'm not a real estate agent. I do not understand how much land costs. I even had to go and look at what 2,000 square feet looks like. And I did a Google search, as you do, and I came up with this. So they are saying that it's going to be just over 2,000 square feet, I believe. And this is what 2,106 square feet looks like, a tennis court. So if you envisage building anything on the tennis court and what you could build on the tennis court, that is how you should look at what you might be getting for this NFT. And I'm not going to go into all of this, but you can come and do your own research and DYOR, do your own research, and you can see what sort of structures could be built on 2,000 square feet. What I would say to you, though, is when I went to the Twitter page, because they had a recent call, and I'll come back to this thread, to be honest with you. And let me go and look at what sort of things are being thrown about on their Twitter page. Now, this is their Twitter page, and if you go down here, that's all the marketing stuff. You can come and listen to, they had a town hall meeting or a Q&A of sorts. I went and listened to all of that. Pretty interesting stuff. I would really encourage you to go and have a listen to it, even if you're not interested in buying it, because it'll give you certain insights into areas of the NFT space where land is actually being considered as an option. It doesn't only talk about theirs, it actually sheds some light on the other processes or the other projects that actually had to do with land. Now, I believe that's one of the guys in the team. I believe this is the artist. Let's see. Is the recent graduate of Lisa in Paris, France. He's the mastermind behind the 3D NFTs. It's free. Okay, so that's just one of the guys. That's the team. The team are doxed, I believe, with FTX. If you go onto their website, there's some doxing, but I also believe that they're actually doxed with FTX, and it's a big thing because of the amount of money that they're asking you to part with. Because you want to know that you're not just going to give $2,000 to some guys who are going to up sticks and disappear. Yes. Now, this is what I'm looking for. So you can see that the equivalent, this is probably what the equivalent of the size of land might look like. And this is a container home. And I think that what you have to look at is whether or not the land will be used for you to actually build any kind of structure on. As they say, whether it will be a printable house or have a container or a set of containers which will be stacked up to form a home. And they have some very interesting ideas and they have some very interesting structures. That is one aspect of it. However, if you want to use this in terms of speculation, you have to remember that this is land, and land definitely tends to appreciate, and especially if the land is in a place or in a location that's particularly beautiful, and at some point it might be one that might be highly desirable going forward. So in terms of the Q&A and in terms of some of the questions that are being answered, they have put information on the Twitter page, some information on the Twitter page, and you can always come and look at it. Now, this is the website, and this shows you about the utility. The utility ownership of a Blue Terra NFT entitles you to the right to visit, sublease, and build on your plot of land, access to the Blue Terra DAO, and the right to contribute to the overall governance and direction of the project. So this is their website. The mechanics, so you can have a look to see each Blue Terra will be tied to 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. But it's been confirmed that it's 2,000 square feet because if you go on their Discord, I'll have the white paper open, and the white paper gives you instances of how this structure would work. It talks to you about the fact that there's a perpetual lease, and it talks to you about some of the costs and the kind of land they're going to get, and it really goes into detail. If you want to, you can click on the white paper and you can come on here. I had to go through the white paper myself. But, for the scope of this video, if I start talking to you about some of the aspects of the white paper, it'll take forever. But anyway, this is the website, and this is some of the team. As you can see, some of them are docs, like this guy who you saw and this person, and some of the other ones who are on here, and hopefully as time goes on we'll get to know more of the team, as we would love to know what they're like and what some of their backgrounds are. Now you can see FTX is on there. Like I said to you, they stated that they've been doxxed. All their information is actually in the custody of FTX, and these are some of their partners. And Pineapple Air, who they say will give them a discount, or give NFT holders a discount if you're flying over from I think it's the land they're looking at is probably about an hour away from Miami. So that is one that you need to take into consideration. And so this is, like I said, this is the website. And the other place that we need to go to is the Discord page. Now, the Discord page is an interesting one, because even though the Twitter page only has 15,000 or 16,000, 16.5 thousand followers, the Discord page has quite a number of followers. Let us go to the Discord page and have a look. So this is the Discord page. You can see 48,531 members, and with the supply, the price, but no mint date as of yet. So we're still waiting for that. And yeah, so come here, do your due diligence, find out what BlueTerra is all about, and see if it's something that you might be interested in. And yeah, take a punt. You never know, it might be worth it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs up, as the case might be. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.